Hi guys, Macy Lou here. Today I am drawing my zine. Well, you're seeing a speed paint of me drawing my zine. I actually did this over the past few months. This is just a speed paint of all the different artworks that go in my zine, but my zine actually also has poetry in it. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys know when this zine comes out. It should be coming out sometime in the middle of October, but just kind of be on the lookout for that because it's not available yet. But the rest of this video is pretty much going to be me talking about a company, and I just want to say, disclaimer, all of this is alleged. All of this is just my experience through emails, plus things I've read online about this company and why I think that they are not the best company to work with if you're an artist. And I just kind of want to warn all y'all away from them. And the only reason I'm not using their name is I don't want to get sued, I don't want to get in trouble, but if you've been contacted by these people, you'll definitely know. So this is a great warning for all of you, and I'm just going to jump right into this video. Today I'm finally talking about a topic that I have put off for, let's see, since January, I would say, roughly, maybe longer. I have been asked by a company to participate in a show, and I'm gonna have to give this company like a code name, like I'm gonna give them a code name like Ronald. Okay, I'm gonna call it Ronald. So this company called Ronald asked me to be part of their show, and this show is going to be located about 4 hours from my home. And so I was pretty excited. I was like, cool, I'm invited to a show to show my artwork, and this is gonna be awesome, right? Not so much. After some digging, I discovered that this Ronald company wasn't really the best company to participate in and the best type of show to participate in. And I'm about to read you some emails, and I'm gonna have to obviously kind of like censor some names and stuff, so I can't really give you the exact information, but you should have a general idea. If you're an artist that has a small following or even maybe a larger following, you may have been contacted by these people before. And I just want to warn people against this because I feel like it's kind of predatory in a way. It's kind of it's not like okay, so like don't come for me. This is all alleged. Like it's not necessarily a scam per se, like in the legal sense, but to me it seems pretty scammy esque. And I'm just gonna go ahead and read you this this email which I received around January or maybe a little bit earlier. Okay, they said, "Hello, Macy." And okay, first of all, I have to give you a fake name for them. So I'm gonna call this woman Crystal. Okay, this is Crystal from Ronald. Okay, so here's the email. "Hello, Macy. Crystal here again from Ronald. I just wanted to make sure you haven't missed the message I sent you about our upcoming showcase on blank date at blank business in blank city. We would really love to have you as a part of the blank show. If this is an opportunity you might be interested in, I would love to schedule a call with our show coordinator. Please let me know your general availability, along with your best contact phone number, and I will find a time to connect with you. Our office is open," and then it just tells us the office hours, okay? Best, Crystal. Okay, and so I did some digging, and I found on a website called Tucson Weekly. I found some comments about this Ronald company on there, and I'll just let you guys look up the information yourself. I think I've given you enough to do a quick Google search. But we've got someone, I'm going to change the names on here too. We've got someone named Opal that says that someone at this Ronald show, a previous artist, was promised things that didn't happen. You've got people saying hashtag scam, hashtag Ronald. Obviously, like I said earlier, Ronald is just not the real name of the company, obviously. I just don't want to get sued, okay? So here's another comment from, we're going to call them Jimmy. Jimmy says, "They have broken artists' heart as many as they have supported. I know so many artists who lost out on a lot of money and dealt with a lot more pain for the shows and popularity contests, awards shows. It's quite saddening. The organization could have been something spectacular. Ronald does not support artists. It supports the owner's ego. And drinking, apparently. Truth." And so I continued to read the comments, and I found another one. I found another gem from someone that we're going to call Chloe. Chloe says, Ronald is such a silly concept. You provide the crowd, not them. You stand alongside your competitors selling to people who are your friends and therefore kind of not interested. Ronald recruiters only have to find a venue and they guarantee nothing. I was a sucker for the hype, but luckily I was smart enough not to pester friends to purchase tickets by getting a sponsor to pay for all my tickets and all my printing. Needless to say, Ronald offers a crowded market where nothing sells, populated with a lot of people milling around with drinks in their hands. I would never ever pay money to anybody, not a gallery, nor a market, stall, nor creative event again to show my work. You want me? You pay me. That's what Chloe said. And then, let's see. So, after doing this digging and finding out what they wanted from me, I did the digging first and I emailed back and I said, Hi, Crystal. Hope you're doing great. Smiley face. Are you all the folks who ask artists to sell tickets to your events? And let's see if I can find the email where Crystal responded. So then Crystal replies back and says, Hello, Macy. Thank you for getting back to me. In order to produce the show, from labor costs, production, rentals, etc., we ask artists to sell 20 tickets at $22 each. This also ensures that the venue is at full capacity, so that all our artists can be exposed to new prospective clients. There is, however, an opportunity for our artists to profit from ticket sales as well. Once an artist sells 20 tickets, they'll begin to earn 50% from each ticket sold after that. Our showcase directors are also very hands-on throughout this process, and they will provide you with all the tools and information you would need to promote your show and even profit from ticket sales. In July alone, we paid our artists over $23,600. We also don't have a contract for our artists, so if at any point you feel no longer you want to participate / you can't sell tickets, you have multiple options. You can drop out of the show at any time, we refund all the tickets you sold, you can move to the next show date, giving you more time to sell the tickets, or you can choose to buy the remainder of the tickets and leave them at the door for any guest of yours who decides to make a last-minute purchase. And in parentheses, she says, I'm guilty of buying tickets to events last minute. I'm so relatable. She didn't say I'm so relatable. I added that, obviously. If you'd like to know more about this, I'll be happy to schedule a call with our show coordinator. Let me know, Crystal. So, clearly they have a thing going. They know what they're doing. They have a very specific business structure, and it's if you really closely examine it, it is not very great for the artist, and here's why. Not only are you asked to sell 20 tickets for $22 each for this particular show, I'm sure it could be different for each show, that ends up being $440. And you may say, well, that's not bad. I mean, you're selling the tickets to someone else, so technically $440 is not coming out of your own pocket. Yeah, but when you are an artist that has a little bit of a following, but it's not a gigantic following, and it is a semi-local event, you're probably going to end up talking to family and friends to sell your tickets because your online following is spread out throughout the whole entire world, most likely, or at least the entire country, and probably won't be able to go to an event near you, necessarily, unless you were, like I said, a bigger artist with a bigger following. And the issue is, I think they typically target artists that aren't as large of a following. So that creates this very bad situation where you don't really have the means to sell all these tickets. So a lot of these artists actually, fun fact, end up buying their own tickets, which she kind of alluded to at the bottom, didn't she? She said, or you can choose to buy the remainder of the tickets and leave them at the door for any guest of yours who decides to make a last minute purchase. Okay, clearly they're not even hiding the fact that they expect artists will probably have to end up purchasing some of these tickets themselves, if not all of these tickets themselves. Which, let's just say, you purchase all the tickets yourself. You're putting $440 onto this event. An event which, it sounds like, from the email, is going to be an event full of other artists, family, and friends. I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound super appealing to me. Does it sound appealing to you to pay $440 or to sell $440 worth of tickets, to be a salesperson at that point, to an event where you're trying to get exposure, but most likely your exposure is going to be other artists, friends, and family, and your own friends and family who already know about you? Really? So, I think I emailed her back, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find that email, that juicy tidbit. Oh, this is so great. So actually, I found my emails. I sent an email back after that one, okay, guys, and I said, doesn't that mean that almost all of the guests and artists sells tickets to are people who know the artists already? So that means that every artist is pretty much selling tickets to friends and family. The whole point of the show, the whole point of showing art is to have a new audience to show to. Even if you make the argument that the other artist's guests would be a new audience for me, you'd have to assume they might decide to buy my work instead of their own friend's artwork, which could cause some tension and most likely won't happen. Most artists already show their work to their family and friends in person and online, so I'm failing to see the benefit. Could you help me? Are there other guests who buy tickets that are not connected to the artist at all? If so, approximately how many? Thank you, Macy. Okay, so that's what I said to Crystal, okay? And get this. Crystal's like, oh, what am I gonna say to this? She, poor thing, she probably, this is just her job, okay? Like, I don't blame Crystal for the downfall of how this company is. I don't blame Crystal, I don't know if I should even say downfall, just like how they operate. But here we go. Here's what Crystal says. Hello, Macy. Thank you for getting back to me. You totally have the point. I love that so much. Like, she admits it, like, right there. And she goes, last show in Blank City featured 55 artists and sold 1,109 tickets. About 200 tickets, as my records indicate, were not linked to any artist profile. Average sales reported by artists equaled to $454. We run paid ads on social media to promote the event, so we have people buying tickets at the door, and also we have a list of VIPs in each city, gallery owners, shop owners, bloggers, tastemakers, that come in with a Ronald VIP card that admits 2 people for free. Let me know your thoughts, Crystal. So what we're saying is, it looks like only about 200 tickets to these events are not linked to any artist. So at most, you are going to show your work to 200 people at most. You can show your work to more people at an art festival where you have a booth, where you have all your art set up at a booth. You have your booth all cute, all decked out, and you have a lot more people walking through one of those things on average. Granted, not all of them go well. I mean, art festivals, especially if they're outside, they can go haywire. But this is a very specific type of thing. This Ronald thing is a very specific type of company and a very specific type of situation. So, it is what it is, and that's what Crystal sent me. So here's what I said to Crystal, okay? Because I want to know a little bit more, I want to see how much more information I can get about this, because it's sounding really bad so far. So I'm like, well, how bad does it get, or is there anything good in this? So I send her an email and I say, what does the average artist make off the shows, and how many gallery owners or outside curators do you expect to show up this year? Which, granted, she kind of told me the tickets were 200. Granted, she already kind of told me there were 200 that weren't connected to artists, but that wasn't super specific. So I think right here I'm just trying to pin down how many gallery owners or curators were going to be there. So Crystal gets back to me and she says, as I've mentioned, the average sales from the past show were $454 based on the results of the survey. We cannot give you the exact amount because we do not handle our artist sales and do not take any commissions of their sales. Last show has a record of 15 VIPs checked in. We do not have an RSVP list for VIPs, which makes it difficult for me to give you the number of guests. So, okay, now I'm starting to get a handle on this. Okay, so she's telling me not that the tickets end up being $450 per artist, but that the artists make about $454 on average selling their work at these shows. Which, do you guys remember how much the tickets were? 20 tickets times $22 a ticket, that's $440. So let's say you buy all your tickets yourself because you have no one to buy them from you. You're paying $440 to sell $454 worth of art to maybe 200 people, seeing your art, maybe handing out 200 business cards, tops. Because like I mentioned, what other artists, friends, and family are going to come up to you and be like, hey, I want to buy your art. I didn't buy, my artist's art that I'm actually here for, that I'm here celebrating, but I want to buy your art. I'm sure it can happen, but it doesn't sound very feasible to me. And so, obviously my brain is exploding from the cancer that is this whole idea. So I respond, And I don't think I got anything back from this. I haven't read this in a while, so I don't remember what I said, but it's pretty long, so buckle up, Buttercup, because here's my response to this. So, is the $450 average art sales or ticket sales? I thought that was ticket sales. I'm asking about art sales. What I'm getting at is this. 20 tickets at $22 each equals $440, which is the amount of tickets an artist has to either sell or buy themselves, which is probably what normally happens. If the artists, on average, make $454 in art sales, that's only $14 profit. And if that's average, then that means the bottom half are either breaking even or losing money. Another issue is time. If an artist has time to sell tickets to a show, wouldn't that time be better spent selling their art themselves? I live in blank city, so selling tickets to 20 family and friends probably wouldn't work out. I would have to tell them all to travel to blank city, which is about 3 hours for me and my family and friends. It just doesn't make sense. It would be better if the audience was able to get in for free and be local to blank city and be fresh eyes. And all you took was a commission. That way you could focus on helping to connect collectors to artists. I've done some research and I've also seen lots of negative articles and reviews about your company. I recognize none of this is personally your fault, as you are employed there, but I hope they've improved the working conditions because from what I've read, the company is not a great place to work in. Glassdoor has revealed a lot. I can't support a company that operates like this. I wish you the best of luck. I truly think the company needs a complete restructuring and an overhaul of how they do things. It has great potential, but is disappointing in its current state from what I've read. I truly hope you have a great day, and I hope you understand my distaste is directed toward the company and not toward you as a person. So that was my reaction, my response, because what I didn't get to tell you guys yet is all of the Glassdoor stuff that I found, which was insane. Just completely insane. And some of this may be from Glassdoor, some of this may be from articles or whatever, because it's been months ago. This has been like the beginning of the year or so. So I don't even remember all the places I got my research from, but here we go. Here's a comment that says, a friend of mine got accepted, or however it works, as a Ronald artist, and she's been hitting up all her friends to buy tickets. I'll have to ask her after the event what she thought of the experience, but I'm with you in thinking it seems odd. Especially when we have First Friday art walks that are free to be a part of. Why would you pay? Super weird. Okay, and when I read that comment, I was like, yeah, I kind of agree. I live in blank city that has art walks, like, all the time. Like, why, like, I don't understand. Like, there's so many people that go to these art walks. There's so many people that see your art. So if you get into one of these for free, or even for cheap, like, some of these only cost, like, $40 to enter. And compared to having to sell $440 worth of tickets, it's a big difference. And some places show your work for completely free for First Friday. It really just depends on where you're trying to show your work at. So it's very, it just seems kind of weird. Kind of like it's all maybe just about, the company making money, which companies need to make money, but they should kind of make their money by solving the problems of other people. Like an artist even solves problems. An artist solves the problem of you having a blank wall in your house, okay? But these people aren't solving anyone's problems. They're showing, I don't know, they're showing however many artists show up to this, they're showing their work to like 200 people tops. Like tops. Like that's the most, that's it. Which isn't really a lot when you really think about it. Have you seen how many people go to First Friday events in cities? It's a lot more than 200, babe. It's a lot more than 200. Okay, it's yeah. And then, have you seen how many people go to art festivals where people have booths? Sometimes these booths only cost like, I don't know, $40, $80. And sometimes booths are more expensive. Sometimes they're over 100. I get it. Sometimes it's expensive, but it's still not you having to be a salesperson and sell $450 worth of tickets. It's just, it doesn't seem worth it to me. But there's more. There's more. Buckle up your seatbelts, guys. We are not done. Listen to this comment from V, okay? We're just going to call this person V. Ronald Artists is very much a predatory institution in my view. You pay an exorbitant hanging fee per piece, not like a booth fee at a large art festival, to display your work in an event that is not geared towards buying. The organizers don't have to give a about representing you because they've already made their money off you, which is why you don't typically pay commission on sales. This is what's known as a vanity show. Most artists and reputable galleries know better than to take them seriously because the event rarely has jurying or curation process beyond, quote, who can pay the hanging fees / sell event tickets, end quote. It's an exploitative business model that entirely hinges off the desperation of young artists trying to get their work out there who are most likely frustrated with closed, cliquish circles of the established art world, especially if they don't personally have any available social inroads. This is the target demographic for organizations like Ronald to swoop in and promise all kinds of, quote, great exposure, end quote. You need to get used to the promise of great exposure being the most toxic grouping of words in the English language, because you can generally get better and more meaningful exposure for free standing on the nearest street corner wearing nothing but a trench coat and a smile. Stick to more reputable events and galleries. Even reputable events that have a jury fee don't typically break the $50 mark, and most generally range from $25 to $35 to enter about 5 pieces. Or stick to galleries that operate largely on a commission. A gallery that takes a 50% commission seems steep, but that also means they have a 50% stake in moving that piece out. Out the door with the buyer. Ronald Artists doesn't have that concern. They already made their money off of you. When I read this, I was like, oh, this is how this company operates. This is not cool, right? And I thought it couldn't really get worse, but then I'm looking at other... I'm looking at reviews on jobs at this place, okay? And I'm looking, I think this was on Glassdoor. This one says showcase director, 1 star, former employee, showcase director. They have 3 different things under it. It says doesn't recommend, negative outlook, and bad CEO. Here's what they had to say about working for this company. I worked at Ronald full-time, more than 3 years. Pros, working with wonderful creatives. Okay, that's their only pro. They're cons. It's a sales position. Don't let the smoke and mirrors fool you. You're crushed when you have to put sales above art. It's pay to play for the artists. Management is a joke. They make up rules as they go, and they don't stick by them. Because management is so inept, they believe everyone else is too. They don't do what makes sense. Very cookie cutter. They don't... I already read that. Rampant hypocrisy in management. Advice to management. Don't treat your contractors like children and pay them a decent wage. Oh, wow. So not only are they kind of like taking advantage of artists and not really doing much for the artists, honestly. I mean, they're setting up the venue, which you would think would be awesome. But if there's not going to be that many people showing up, it kind of falls flat. You might as well have an open studio at your house, which, fun fact, I'm going to be doing that. But second fun fact, it's only a private thing. It is, since it's at my house, it's only going to be local people, friends and family, which, guess what, is pretty much what this show would have been. Except, guess what, if it's at my house, I don't have to sell tickets, I don't have to charge admission at the door. All I have to do is set up my art, clean my studio, work on a piece while they're here, maybe have prints available for sale, have my business cards printed, and have some snacks. It's so much better. I don't have to go on the street and be like, you want to buy a ticket to my show that's like 4 hours away from me, from you, from both of us? No, you don't want to do that. So anyway, there are more. There's a lot of other little nice comments and reviews on this site about working at this company. There's another one that says the cons are it's boring and repetitive, it's a bad area, and it has low pay. The low's in all caps, guys. These people that are employed at this company are not getting paid very well at all. It's clear. And it says the business model involves artists selling tickets to participate in showcases. Legit, but just kind of unappealing. Someone else says it's a job, not a career. 2 stars. Former employee, anonymous employee in Los Angeles, California. Doesn't recommend, negative outlook. The CEO is kind of meh. I worked at Ronald full-time, more than a year. The pros are you get to meet some great people. Bringing my dog to the office was great. Free lunch on Friday. The cons, you'll be told one thing and it'll turn out to be something else. Underpaid is an understatement. They say it's not all about the dollars, but it really is. Not real advancement. Advice to management. People don't leave jobs, they leave leadership. Okay, here's another one. Ronald, fake it till you make it. Former employee, showcase director, 1 star. I worked at Ronald full-time. Pros, you meet some cool employees. You get to travel. Cons, there's no leadership whatsoever. It's a sales position 100%. However, they will not insinuate this during training. Training is unpaid. Pretty sure that's illegal. Don't come for me, this is all alleged. Open door policy is non-existent. Be careful what you say. Management is very passive-aggressive. Bonuses are impossible to make. Employees are a fixed cost. Make no mistake about it. Constantly changing the rules on you. What you thought you signed up for initially ends up changing on a monthly basis. The showcases are built to fail without any remorse. You pretty much have to do everything yourself with no support. The whole concept of, quote, supporting the artists, end quote, is a scam. Allegedly, guys. I'm just throwing this out there. Allegedly. Okay. The whole concept is a scam. No press is ever covered on any of these events. The only support these artists have are from their family and friends. Plain and simple. Advice to management. Fake it till you make it. Can only get you so far. Be upfront with your employees about what your company is really about and become better listeners to not only the employees, but to the artists you say you're supporting. So, here's what the CEO of Ronald decided to say to all this stuff on these websites. Thank you for taking the time to leave your thoughts and help push us forward. Our current success is largely due to our employees, past and present, who took the time to let us know how we were doing, frankly. We're happy to be able to say that we've taken great strides to change the things we have the power to change for the better. We've separated the organization into separate sales, support, and event planning departments to alleviate the pressure of all that goes into this massive event. We then installed several layers of leadership and support staff to better assist our employees in every department. Our 1 to 2 day training was a part of the interview process in the past, as a lot was expected of our directors, but we've since eliminated that portion from the process, and training is paid, even if we decide we aren't a great fit for one another. We agreed on the attention paid to press and have dedicated a greater amount of time from our marketing department toward not only garnering press, but promoting the press in attendance to make our artists aware of their opportunities. In short, we know it's a tough job, a lot is expected of you, and your clients are fickle. Let me read that again, guys, for you all in the back there. Your clients are fickle. They're talking about the artists there. This CEO thinks that we can't find this. And I find it hilarious, honestly. Our goal is to support our team members so that they have the best energy to give to our artists. Ironic after that last sentence, calling them fickle, but okay. Every new addition brings us a step closer toward being everything our employees need. Thank you again for taking time to help us grow. And that, I think, would be a great way to end this video. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this this rant. I have a lot more screenshots in my phone than what I even spoke about. If you guys want a part 2, let me know. I might have enough info for part 2, but I'm not sure. I could probably even contact some artists that have done the Ronald show and see if they want to say anything, if they have anything more to add to this. But yeah, if you want, you can support me by purchasing my zine when it comes out, which my zine won't be out till a few days from now, probably. I'm gonna release a few of the zines on my shop, and then I'm gonna save a few for my open studio. And I plan to hand bind these zines. Anyways, that's what you watched in this video. It was the process of me making the art for my zine. Sorry this video was so long. There was a lot to cover. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the Ronald Company, if you know who I'm talking about. If you've dealt with them, you most likely know who I'm talking about. So if you've dealt with them, leave me a comment down below. Again, all of this is alleged. This is just my experience with the emails and then other people's experience on the internet with this company. And leave a like if you enjoyed this type of content and share it wherever you can. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye! So before I go, I just want to shout out my patrons. They're on the screen right now, and I just want to thank them so much for supporting me. They're always so super kind and sweet, and they help me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for being patrons.